Last week, students told you what their experience was like on their field trip to the Kennedy Space Center. This week, it's all about understanding the value of an opportunity like this from the teacher's perspective.
The great thing about Kennedy Space Center is when we teach Earth space science, we can only teach them so much out of the books, but when they actually get to come and see the actual size and hear other astronauts talk about their excitement and enthusiasm for space, it helps reinforce what we're doing in the classroom. There's several different big concepts that we go through. One is the moon, one is the size of the solar system, the planets, the moons. We also teach about our own Earth, our own atmosphere, and for us to really understand why life is habitable here, sometimes it's good for us to see other planets and see other solar systems, maybe even see how a planet that's similar to size that our planet is has a different atmosphere than us, which makes it uninhabitable. Or maybe it's so far away from the sun it doesn't get enough heat. So being able to come to a place like this and see the exploration process and how we're able to collect data, how there's a Hubble Space Telescope. You can see one here, you know, that's a model that's displayed. You can see the reusable spacecraft. You can see the Saturn V rocket. You can learn a little bit more about how they land on the moon, how they collect data, how they analyze things and compare it to our own planet. You know, that's one of the beauties of a field trip like this. And you know, I teach 8th grade too, so a lot of times with 8th grade, even though this is a 6th grade field trip, it helps me because at 8th grade, a lot of times we talk about which object will accelerate fastest, you know, and we'll calculate it first, you know, we'll mathematically prove it, and then we'll actually test it to see if the math actually supports the science that's behind it. And so a lot of different things that we do, like we'll map out the solar system and we'll draw how close the planets are to each other, and then we'll talk about how the space exploration program has gathered information, the measurement systems they use. We can talk about their technology and how they're using satellites. You know, one of the things about plate tectonics is how far the continents drift from each other, and what kind of technology will we be able to use later on. For example, satellites taking pictures, Google Earth, we can kind of try to track, are they moving at the same rate that our book tells us? But after a field trip like this, going back into the classroom, you know, there's a lot of different things I can show them, a lot of things we can talk about when it comes to space exploration.
Bad to the Bone is an event that the Marion County Sheriff's Office has hosted, and we've co-hosted with them for the past 7 years. The purpose of it is to promote interaction between high school students in the JROTCs and law enforcement. They do this through a friendly competition. Come out here, we run the cadets will train and run the obstacle course. There's also an agility course that's behind us, and the cadets work together on teams and compete for medals and for trophies.
It shows who we are, and it shows who everybody else is. It shows what we got and what we train for. That's a good benefit. It shows that we can work hard, and it's hard that we can keep going. We did good. Yeah, we didn't stop or anything. We just kept on going.
We've done it for so many years. We all get so involved with it. It's a great team builder. We come out here, get involved with different schools, other programs, get to know a lot of people, make a lot of friends. It's just something that we've always done.
You make a lot of new friends when you do Bad to the Bone, and you become more connected with people. When you walk down the hallways, you know, it gives you a chance to talk to people, and it really builds teamwork, and it shows you how much you have to rely on people to make it through.
If you watch like this team competition out here, you'll see one teammate that's struggling, but all of a sudden another one gets up there, they'll start to help them. And I think if we build that type of philosophy or belief in an individual or a kid like that, I think they'll carry it to adulthood, and I think society will be a whole lot better for it.
Always teamwork, being there for each other and helping each other out throughout the obstacles, and it's a development for us. We're going to show the experience that we have and show and recruit more people and have more practices for us so we can be ready and better next year.
It is friendly, very intense, so the kids take it seriously. Forest High School, they've dominated, taken first place all 7 years.
We're just really competitive. We have the ability to come out here every week and train and practice for it. And we're really motivated. We have a really big core. So we have a lot of motivation to go around, and we have always had the trophy. No other school's ever had it, so it would be a really big hit if we walked past the trophy case one day and it's just not there.
Make sure you drown out campfires. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Boys and girls, this is Smokey the Bear.
Recently, Smokey paid a visit to East Marion Elementary to share this very important message with the students there.
These children were very receptive today. They were thrilled to meet Smokey the Bear. I mean, you know, their young minds at this age are kind of like a sponge. And they were very receptive. A lot of them already knew about Smokey the Bear. They didn't know all the details, but they recognized him because Smokey is one of the best known advertising symbols that was ever been created in America. Smokey was found in the aftermath of a wildfire on the Lincoln National Forest in May of 1950. The U.S. Forest Service immediately recognized the importance of having a bear as a national symbol. Matter of fact, they had already chosen a bear prior to the finding of Smokey that occurred in 1944. So Smokey was rescued from a burning wildfire. He was treated by a veterinarian and then later was flown to Washington, D.C., where he lived for many years in the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. It's very important to get a message out about wildfires, and kids are very receptive. They're very interested in hearing about Smokey and learning about Smokey, so it's just an ideal setting for us to get out the message, because fire prevention is everyone's business. And a spark can get away very, very easily, whether it be from debris burning, whether it be from campfires or another cause.
When we have a fire pit and we surrounded it with 2 sacks of bricks so that it won't catch anything on fire. Or rocks.
Or rocks. Most of these kids will go home this evening that met Smokey Day, will tell their parents and will ask their parents to be careful with fire.
The safety of our students here at Marion County Public Schools is of the utmost importance. Last week at Wyomina Park Elementary, Ocala Fire Rescue employees tried to impress upon kindergarten students the significance of water safety.
What are we talking about? Why are we here today? Do you guys know? Are we going to do some reading? Yeah. Some of you are shaking your heads no. Who here likes to read? Everybody. Awesome, awesome.
Children need to learn just the basic rules of water. And so I came out today just to read them the book, Stewie the Duck Learns to Swim. We need to just share the knowledge of water safety. And starting at a young age when they're learning to read is a great way to do it. This book incorporates a song. Let's all sing the water safety song, okay? Don't jump in till you learn to swim. Cover your chest with a safe life vest. A grown-up must watch you in the pool. You'll be safe if you learn these rules. Don't jump in till you learn to swim. Stewie the duck wants you safe like him. The end. Quack, quack.
The very next day, it was the bicycle riders' turn, with the impetus coming from the Florida Department of Health.
I'm with an entity called Safe Kids Marion, and Safe Kids Marion has partnered up with Safe Routes to School. We have a work group and it's comprised of different community members. Safe Routes to School is one of those, and we're here working with fitting some helmets and getting bike lights and doing a basic bike safety education. The reason why was we reached out to the Marion County Public School System in the elementary schools. We're starting with elementary first. And we were talking about people who are interested in having bike rodeos, bike safety lessons. And Dennis McFadden had said that there were about 20 or 30 riders at Wyomina Park Elementary, and I think there's been reports that some kids weren't wearing helmets, and we know that a helmet is one of the best things you can do. So the kids that showed up without a helmet, we pulled them aside and we kind of gauge, you look at their head and you guesstimate what size helmet is going to be best for them. So we have a choice between small, medium, and large helmets. We're working with elementary school here, so small and medium was a popular side. You look at them, get a good guesstimation. We let them choose the color of helmet, and then we fit the helmet properly, which is following a rule of 2. So basically you want to make sure the helmet's on their head. It's not too far back, not too far forward. When it's on, you want to fit about 2 fingers between the helmet and their eyebrows. And then there's 2 little V straps. You want to make sure that they form a V, pretty secure up to those ears. And then you want to make sure that the neck is nice and snug, but not too snug. You want to be able to stick 2 fingers here. So the child would have room if they yell or they move. And we also gave bike lights. We noticed that there weren't a lot of bike lights. And fortunately we had Top Gear come out here, and he's attaching some lights for them so that they can be extra safe when it is light or dark out, so that they can make their ride to school, to and from school safer, as well as any rides that they're doing. It's summertime, they'll be out on their bikes riding around.